Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Just any common man can differentiate between two kind of statements. Babu Isbati Haudi Nabiyina. Chapter on the proof of the fount of our Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. As if they are cooling their heart and chest by saying this. Ana faratukum alal house. This is the hadith. This is the chapter. And the word for this hadith, Kanat Salama, radiyallahu ta'ala anha. So she says the hadith of Hawd as Salama, radiyallahu. And she says, Annaha sami'atin nabiyya sallallahu alaihi wasallam yaqulu alal mimbar. He said, I heard this whole story of the fount of Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He was telling us in a speech standing on the mimbar, on the pulpit. So this is the basic thing. He made special arrangement to describe these kind of things. This one thing is just telling while sitting along with other in the company. One is just to arrange the mimbar, the pulpit, and to got over that and give the speech standing there. And this hadith of Imam Sahih Muslim is also the same. And Uqbat ibn Amir, the same hadith. Summan sarafa ilal mimbar. Then the whole hadith which I have quoted for you. And then Uqba says in Sahih Muslim, next hadith, Uqba bin Amir, he says, فَكَانَتْ آخِرَ مَا رَأَيْتُ رَسُولَ اللَّهِ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمَ عَلَى الْمِمْبَرِ. This was the last speech of Holy Prophet which I heard and I saw him standing on the mimbar. After that, Holy Prophet ﷺ traveled to his next world. So this was the speech of Al-Wida. It was a farewell also. This was a jalsa of farewell. This was the last view which I had of Holy Prophet ﷺ on mimbar. So this was the subject of the Mahfil of Milad. Now, next thing which we do in Mahfil Milad, one thing is our subject is the birth of Holy Prophet, Mawlid. I have given you the Babu fi Milad in Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and all of the hadith. Second subject which we discussed, there is his personal greatness and spiritual highness and his high esteem of his and spiritual status of his person. So we have any superiorities. So we have discussed all these things through reference. Third thing which we do in Mahfil Milad is we recite Naats, Madah an-Nabawiyya. So this is the third thing which we do. So now I quote, this is again Sunan Tirmizi. Anything normally, I have never given you out of Siyasitta. Although I give dozens and hundreds of references from other books of hadith other than Siyasitta. But always you have been watching everything we base on Siyasitta. Every single item based on Siyasitta. Bukhari, Muslim, Tirmizi. Even the first three. So we recite the Naats, the poems, the spiritual poems on Holy Prophet ﷺ's great esteem and his superiority and his spiritual highness. This Naat Sharif, special subject. So this is again Sunnah of Holy Prophet ﷺ. I am emphasizing on a subject, just something happens while sitting together in a company, just sitting together, and one starts a subject and one says that Hassan, come here and recite a Naat for me, just while sitting, and he starts. This is a common event. But sometimes when a special mimbar is placed and somebody asks to stand on the mimbar and say something, it means it is special arrangement of the Mahfil of Milad. It is a special arrangement. So this hadith Tirmizi and Bab Kitabul Adab. Kitabul Adab. And hadith is narrated Hazrat an Aisha radiyallahu ta'ala anha. Sayyida Aisha radiyallahu ta'ala anha. She reports, قالت كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يدعو. The word kana, it means it didn't happen just once or twice, like I have mentioned the the case of the ziyarah of Uhud and placing the mimbar and then giving a speech. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. This is not like that. This is not a single incident. Word Kana Rasulullah Yado, it means that this was his common practice. He always used to do this. He always used to do this. This was his common practice. This is what it means. And Aisha radiyallahu ta'ala anha qalat kana Rasulullah sallallahu yada'u li Hassana mimbaran fil masjid yaqumu alayhi qa'iman yufakhiru an Rasulillah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam aw qala yunafihu an Rasulillah. An Aisha qalat kana Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. This is how the Arab muhaddiseen, Arab world teach the hadith like this. يدعو كان رسول الله يدعو لحسان منبرا في المسجد يقوم عليه قائما يفاخر عن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. This was his common practice. And he always used to convene Mahfil Milad. Holy Prophet used to convene Mahfil Milad, Mahfil Naat. She says that he always used to place mimbar. Especially mimbar was placed for Hazrat Hassan bin Sabit in the mosque. So he used to listen to the naats and hear the naats and arrange the mahfils of naats for his ummah so that they may also do the same. Then another hadith is Hassan bin Sabit. Next hadith. Then there was another Naat Khan of Holy Prophets. He had many Naat Khan. He had full Naat council. He had full Naat council. They were members, some companions, poets and Naat Khan of Holy Prophets, Naat Khans. You understand the point? And the other Naat Khan, his name was Abdullah bin Rawaha. You know, new edition of our kitab, Miladun Nabi is being prepared. Jashan Miladun Nabi ki Shari Hasiyat. So second is Abdullah bin Rawaha. So hadith, the same. Tirmizi Sharif, hadith number 2847. 2847. And here it is, this is the hadith which says that at the time when Holy Prophet ﷺ entered Makkah fi Umratil Qada, Anna Nabiya sallallahu an Anasin radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, Anna Nabiya sallallahu alayhi wa sallam dakhala Makkah fi Umratil Qada, wa Abdullah bin Rawahata bayna yadayhi yamshi wa yaqul. Then is the Naat. He was walking in front of him and he was reciting Holy Prophet's Naat sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In front of Holy Prophet, fi haramillah taqulu shir. And he was in the haram of Kaaba and he was reciting the Naat and shir loudly. This is again hadith Hasan Sahih. Abdullah bin Rawah, always remember this name. Then there is another companion, another Naat Khan. His name is Aswad bin Sari. I give you the names of the Naat Council of Holy Prophet. Aswad bin Sari. And this hadith is in Musnad Imam Ahmad, volume 4, page 24. Volume 4, page 24. And Musannaf Ibn Abi Shayba. And the hadith of Abdullah bin Rawaha, you have got the references? The same Tirmizi Sharif and other. Musannaf Ibn Abi Shayba, volume 6, page 180. And Tabarani Al-Mu'jam Al-Kabir, volume 1, hadith number 842. Tabarani Al-Mu'jam Al-Kabir. So this was the third Naat Khan of Holy Prophet. And he narrates, he reports himself. قال قلت يا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم مدحت الله بمدحة ومدحتك بمدحة. He said, Ya Rasulullah, I have written some poems and I have recited some hamds for Allah and I have recited some naats for you. I have done Allah's madha, His praise in hamds written, and I have written praise of yourself, your naat in Allah's hamd written. Holy Prophet says, Qala Rasulullah, come here.